You're listening to the final episode of 2025 of Screaming for Change on Valley Free Radio WXOJ-LP 103.3 FM. What is up, Western Massachusetts? I am John, your host, and this is Screaming for Change, screamingforchangeradio.com, a weekly hardcore punk rock radio show based out of Florence, Massachusetts in Northampton. This week, we have a very special episode. It's the final episode of the calendar year, which, as a music show, you can probably guess what this one's going to be. It's going to be my best of list. I really like reading other people's best of lists at the end of the year. I think it's fun. I think it's understanding how different people like different things. And I want to be super clear. This is not going to be the best hardcore releases of 2025 by any measure, aside from it's the 10 that I liked the most. There were a lot more than 10 records that I enjoyed this year, and if there's time at the end of the episode, I will play you some additional tracks beyond my top 10. So, I started off with the band With Hate. They had a 7-inch, their debut come out, which was called From Boston With Hate on Tribe Dream Records. That came out on October 25th. Rather than going in order 10 to 1 or 1 to 10, I'm just going to rock through these chronologically in reverse. So this With Hate 7-inch is my most recently released album, and then we're going to work our way backwards through the calendar year. If you haven't heard With Hate yet, this is from members of the C4 Burning Lord camp, and if you recognize that song, it was Pipe Bomb on Lansdowne, which is a cover by the Dropkick Murphys. I don't tend to pick covers to play on this show, but honestly, I was kind of stoked to hear a hardcore band covering an early Dropkick Murphys song. You know, the Dropkick Murphys, at a time, were an essential Boston punk band, and shout-outs to them because even though they're massive, and they're essentially the Boston sports theme band now, and play giant stadiums, etc., etc. It feels like and seems like, and from everything that they say, that their politics are still pretty punk. So shout out to them. And shout out to With Hate. I hope that they keep doing more cool stuff. as we roll into 2026. My second track is from the band Face the Pain. I've played them on a previous show. They had an LP come out on Edge Day, and if you don't know, that's October 17th. It was called Time and Dedication. It came out on Youngblood Records. This is a straight edge band, if you couldn't guess by the name and the release date. This is members of Trapped Under Ice, members of Never Ending Game, members of Gridiron, members of Scarab, members of Magnitude, members of Wreckage. So there's a lot of members of stuff going on here, and those people live in Philly, Detroit, Connecticut, North Carolina, and DC, which is kind of wild. So for me, I have a hard time describing this band without making it sound bad, and I don't want to make it sound bad. I feel like this is just hardcore. Like, quote, just hardcore, close quote. Hardcore by the book, paint by numbers, maybe it's formulaic, it's straightforward. It's exactly what I want sometimes, and I listened to this record so many times since it came out, because sometimes I just want hardcore. No modifiers, no subgenres, just hardcore. So shout out to Face the Pain for really, really scratching that itch for me. And let's take a look. I don't remember which track I had here queued up. There we go. Almost there. Again, this is off of Time and Dedication. And the track was Enough. The band is Face the Pain. The album is Time and Dedication. Enjoy.
Enough is enough. I can't watch you make the same mistake over and over without accepting the blame. The powder, the bottle, another excuse. Blaming them all for the path you choose. Something's gotta change before it's too late. Numbing yourself from the hurt inside. Anything just to feel alive. Can't you see there's a better way? You gotta clear your mind and face the pain. Something's gotta change before it's too fucking late. I've had enough of the lies. I had enough of the reasons why. I've heard them before. They're always the same. I'm sick of waiting for you to make a fucking change.
Thank you for tuning in to Screaming for Change Radio, screamingforchangeradio.com. You just heard a track off of the new EP from Milspec. That is a self-titled EP, and the track was called Paradise. You know that if Milspec is putting out something, it's gonna be on my year-end list. Like, it's automatic. They're one of the best bands in hardcore, in my opinion. This is a self-titled EP, also came out on Edge Day, on Lockin' Out. This is just elite melodic hardcore to me. The lyrics are pretty poetic. Nothing they've done has not been has not been awesome in my eyes. It's all great. So I have a little excerpt here. Long may you run to a place in the song, to paradise, a pantomime, a windless calm. And you got born in a lonely world, in a lonely time. So did I. You got born in a lonely world. This is not the type of lyrics I'm usually really, really rocking with. I kind of like stupid lyrics. Milspec really being introspective and poetic here. But, shouts out. Before that, you had the band Face the Pain. So I'd already talked about them. From here, we're going to keep it moving. The next track in the queue that came out in... Where'd my calendar go here? We had Face the Pain. We had Milspec. Here we go. Up next, Planet on a Chain. Revelation Records. This came out on October 3rd. Ritual Routine. Planet on a Chain just stays putting out LPs. They can't stop. Looks like the artwork has like a werewolf with chains and a burning city, and it looks like there's some sort of like secret police in masks with knives and machine guns, and the werewolf has like either Cerberus or like 3 separate vicious dogs running over a pile of bones and some like toxic waste barrels with with human remains in them. All right, nice. And I want to just listen to the lyrics to this because it's so dope. And I think they really draw the line in the sand. It's kind of a stab at like the whole procore thing. So why does a thing like this exist? All you need is this checklist. Some steps for you to take to succeed and break right through, a fast way to turn a buck. Acting like it's not all luck. It's all not luck, curating, try to improve, so why didn't it work for you? Step by step, wait until you are discovered. Drop a name, play the game, who is this for? Remove expression and the soul, replaced with a set of goals, no longer a part of the scene, now just a get-rich-quick scheme. If all that matters is being on top, viewing your music as a career stop, your mindset is everything that's wrong, nothing will ever make you belong. So that track is called Breakthrough. And again, the band is Planet on a Chain on Revelation Records. Check it out.
Why don't act like this? It's this! All you need is this checklist! The steps for you to think! Do something! And break right through! Bad way to turn out fuck! Act like it's all not luck! You're ready right through and through! So why didn't it work for you? Breakthrough! That I just went into you
ScreamingForChangeRadio.com. You just heard Restraining Order. Local boys. If I was really ranking my top 10 hardcore records of the year, there's a pretty good chance that that this Restraining Order Future Fortune record on Blue Grape would be number one. The track I picked was Free Ride, and I went to their record release for this in Amherst. It was awesome. That came out on September 12th. They just keep making great stuff. I'm always happy to see locals making good music. I have no idea what this song means. It has some silly rhymes in it. Incredibly catchy though. It gets stuck in your head. Good sing-alongs. The bass grooves are just next level. It makes me want to mosh. It makes me want to stage dive. It makes me want to sing along. Love this Restraining Order record. From here, so that was September 12th. So the record before that, we go to August of 2025 with perhaps my favorite band in hardcore, definitely top 5 current bands. This is The Illiterates from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This came out on Sorry State Records, and the album was called Does Not Compute. All of their records, they have 3 LPs, they're awesome, great vocals, good lyrics, fast. I know they say that they're the dumbest band in hardcore, but I must be very dumb because I think they're kind of smart. The track I picked was Commodified Life, and how can you subscribe to anything? I won't subscribe to anything because you're all the same.
Rock to me, it is what I talk to
John here, screaming for changeradio.com. You just got Gridiron. You know I love Gridiron. May 30th on Blue Grape Music. The album's Poetry from Pain. This is a rap hardcore band. 26-9. So they had 25-8, like 24-7, 25-8. And then they just... 25-8 was stupid enough, and then they just went one more step stupider. 26-9. It's so dumb. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Hilarious. The guitar on this absolutely shreds. And yeah, keep making fun records, guys. Up next, this might be a controversial pick. On May 23rd, Trust Records put out a 7 seconds record called Change in My Head. And it is New Wind, but it's Ian MacKaye reimagining New Wind, changing the name, changing the mix, changing the sequencing, even changing the songs that are on it, throwing in some extra tracks off that 4 bands that could change the world comp. I chose the title track, Change in My Head. If you think this isn't a new hardcore release, I understand. But 7 seconds, new 7 seconds. I've heard all these songs before, whatever. It's making the list. It's so good. And if you don't enjoy it, stop listening to my radio show.
If I can clear my mind all the negative shit, or the people who can gather all the pieces might fit. Seems like what we do, we choose to do against each other. If it's what it takes, I guess I'll learn from my mistakes. I won't give up on myself and leave it to the still mind. I guess it's time to recreate and leave the spineless mess behind. And emptiness inside these days is one big void. Like we're all here in body, but the substance is gone. Talk of progress and change, here we go to work fast. Where's the fire, where's the spirit, wasn't meant to last. I won't give up on myself and leave it to the still mind. I guess it's time to recreate and leave the spineless mess behind.
screamingforchangeradio.com. You just got I can't say the band name. BS. You know what BS is. There's extra T in there. There's not an apostrophe. I don't know. They're from Gothenburg, Sweden. This record came out in April 2025 on Rebirth Records. The whole record's awesome. It's a self-titled record. You know, it's mostly just about things that are terrible in the world and things that people do that are awful. But somehow it's just really, really fun. So hopefully folks enjoyed that. From here, we're going to go into the last track of my top 10. It looks like I have a lot of time left, so you guys are going to get I had a list of like 30 or 40 releases this year that I really enjoyed. I'm not going to talk about all of them. I think I'm just going to play through a few tracks. Hopefully folks will find something new that they hadn't heard before. My final top 10 album came out on March 7th on Triple B Records. The album is called Belly of the Beast. I picked the title track. This is New York City hardcore band Combust. Got kind of a crossover sound going. Really one of the better new bands at doing kind of this old school second wave going metal type thing. And if you're listening to this live, they are playing a show at the Florence VFW on January 3rd. That's with Crush Your Soul, Locals, Machines of Hate, Sin Against Sin, Neolithic, and Violent Protest. That's at 6 p.m. And that's $15. If you can't rewind somehow and listen to this, safeinacrowd.com has all the good show listings to check out. So enjoy Combust. After Combust, I'm going to roll into, I guess, my honorable mentions, my not quite top 10, but awesome releases in 2025. But check out Combust. Torture That was all that I could fit in today's episode. I'm just going to do a quick read back and then we're going to close out with one more track. So you just heard What Counts with Always True. You heard I Need a Handler by The Inmates, Animal in Pain by Scarab, Shut Up by Raw Brigade, Keep On Truckin' by Cannonball, Per La Vita by Betanarme, Knife Sharpener by Dead Guy, Left Behind by No Idols, Jerks by Cruelster, Power on Top of Power by The Massacred, and Last Words by Catharsis. I'm going to hit you with one more track. I want to thank everybody for listening to me throughout 2025, and we'll be back in 2026 as mediocre as ever. Our final track, speaking of mediocre, is Turnstile with the song Birds.